Hello, everyone. So this video is a bit for this person on YouTube. His name is Michael Jacko, and he's into higher consciousness, optimizing oneself, and also this term love consciousness. And for sure, we should all seek to optimize our potential in life to come closer to God and to the purpose that God put us here on this earth. And what's interesting is usually we think about consciousness as the philosopher, someone who's aloof. So what's very interesting about his take is that his approach is that by having a crystal clear connection with God and with his potential, with a clarity of consciousness and thought, so he's able to see more clearly about what's going on in terms of the affairs of specifically regarding to the election and the aftermath. So very interesting, right? And he seems like a nice guy, a friendly guy. He's a very has bigger muscles than me, ex-Navy SEAL. But so what does it say in Kabbalah and in Hasidic thought about consciousness having a effect on real world affairs? And is this something real? Is this something that we should pay attention to and maybe try to emulate in our own lives? So the term for this is actually machshava mo'elet, that thought creates the reality, creates reality, both in our personal lives, which is first we need to correct ourselves before we can seek to correct anyone else. We first need to work on ourselves. And then with selflessness, which we can then begin to hopefully see reality in a bit more of a clear way. So the way by which we can see reality in a clearer way is through selflessness, through being a total servant, a total conduit for God. Chachma, which is wisdom in Hebrew, is comprised of two words, koach ma, the power of what. So the power of what is, I don't know so much what I am, but I know what God is. And so I connect with that, and I try to nullify myself to the greatest extent possible, like Moses, who delivered the Torah, and like the final Redeemer who will speedily come in our days to redeem the world and return the Jewish people to Israel and rebuild the third temple, the third and everlasting holy temple. So it sounds at first, so why does it sound so unreal? Like the other explanation is that we're just watching a movie unfold. So this comes from the primordial sin, from the Nachash, from the serpent. So as long as we don't listen to that, like the news, we don't listen to it, and we just follow a clear, straight path, that we know that everything that's happening now is by divine providence, and we stay the path, and then have the proper mindset. So what's love consciousness? Love is represented in the Torah. The sphere of the divine channel of love corresponds to Abraham. So love consciousness is like seeing the oneness of all mankind, our common root of monotheism in the world, where you have the mother religion of Judaism and you have the two daughter religions, it's called, of Christianity and Islam. And was the basis of the Abraham Accords, as is known. So this is, but in truth, right? It's not enough to have diplomatic ties. That's good. You know, the planes are flying again to Morocco directly into these other places. But that we should all be united. All of mankind should be united towards God and towards truth, because truth is, the world to come is called the world of truth, and this world is called the world of falsehood. Which in the times before the redemption don't need to look very far to find falsehood, but again, with our what do we look at? We look to find truth in the world and goodness in the world, especially the goodness of other people. We should be compassionate towards others. Even those that do us harm, it says. How much more so for those that do us harm, because it takes all that much more strength in order to not instinctually fight back, but to know this is all part of God's plan, and then to persevere forward. So this whole thing of optimizing oneself, first of all, it says that those that live the most optimal life is called the tzaddik, the righteous person, like Joseph. He was always toiling in the service of God, even when he was in the dungeon for 14 years. Sold as a slave before that. He always toiled in his service of God. So that's a person who's optimizing. Maybe sometimes it means not sleeping as much, waking up early, doing things that are uncomfortable in the service of God. So that's optimizing. And that the more that we work on optimizing ourselves in the service of God, the more that the way that we see the world is more accurate. It's rectifying what's called the koach hamedameh, the power of the imagination. So the more nullified we become to God, the less we are doing things for ourselves, the more we go out of our comfort zone, and the stronger we are in order to in a way of darchei noam, in a pleasant way to spread truth through the world, is in a pleasant way, with in a way that will be accepting, no violence, no. The opposite of destruction. It says of the founder of the Chabad Hasidic movement, the Alter Rebbe, Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi, that there was a story that he tore off the top of a lid in order for it to be used as a mirror to check his tefillin. We wear phylacteries for tefillin in the morning. So the Lubavitcher Rebbe said that story is not correct. Maybe it was broken already, but the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe of Chabad, would not tear anything. God forbid. He wouldn't tear a thing. So with all our actions, it's to build, to fix, to build. God forbid to tear anything. Not even the top of a box to use as a mirror. So we should all come together with love and unity, love and truth. And that's the order. Sometimes first we love, and then we try to promote truth. But first we have love and compassion, and then we bring out the attribute of truth. So, and why does it seem non-threatening? Because it is non-threatening. Because that's the whole point. The whole point is that the redemption should come in a peaceful way. That we should have the peaceful establishment of truth in America and throughout the world, and then the rebuilding of the third temple. That there already is an awakening throughout the entire world that everyone wants truth and justice. So that's a clear sign that the redemption is upon us. So it should be speedily in our days. And for now, we pray, and when we can take positive action, to take positive action.